some family yoga. Mom's up high on her blanket. Everybody's got their crisscross pose. Aubrey's going a little original here. So we want to start our practice with trying to center ourselves, and that means clearing our head, getting in the right headspace for doing yoga, so trying to clear our minds and focus on our breathing, and spend a few moments trying to remind ourselves that we can control our body with our breath. Okay? I know you're doing advanced stuff there. Mom, I can't do that.
Wait, let me try. Okay, so you did this.
Alright guys, we want to stay in the right headspace. Okay, so roll the shoulders onto the back, squeeze those shoulder blades in tight, but let them drop down. Asher, shoulder blades back and down. Kind of relax your hands, lay them open on your knees. Okay, we're going to do some big deep breaths here. Okay, make them sound like the waves of the ocean. So big inhale, and then side out. 2 more. And if you want to, you can put your hand on your belly, make it get big. How'd that feel? You kind of stopped breathing there, Asher. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So during today's practice, we are going to do a little bit of some balancing poses. So since I don't have enough yoga blocks, and I know everybody out in the world doesn't have enough yoga blocks, I'm giving Asher a step stool. You can also use a chair, lots of books, something like that. You can use the wall if nothing else, or like a dresser. Just something to help keep your balance. You know, this dresser has different level drawers, so I might be able to show you how to use the drawers to balance with. So if you can't touch the floor, we'll try and get creative and show you a few ways of doing it. Okay, so now that we've done a few deep breaths, I want us to put our hands together at heart center. Okay? And who do we want to send good energy out to today?
Tila.
Tila, okay.
Kendrick.
Kendrick, all right, so friends and our cousins and family. You want Ellie, Tila, Chadley, Kendrick, Josiah. All right, so let's think of Kevin and Jared. Okay. So we're going to think about all of the people, all of the loved ones that we want to be safe right now, and we want to take care of themselves, right? So we're going to take a big deep breath in, close your eyes, think of those people, and then bow to your heart center, bow to yourself, and you say, Namaste.
It's so much easier in this position.
And then come up. All right, so now we're going to get on to all fours to do our cat-cow poses, okay? So remember, we want our tiger hands, okay? So you're going to put your fingers down on the earth, you're going to claw them in the earth, and then you're going to press the hands down slowly so all of the outsides are touching the earth, okay? So you want this part and this part and this part touching the earth, but this part might not touch the earth, and that's fine, okay?
I wrote my name. I don't know how, but I put this on.
Do you want to put a blanket under you? You might want to unfold it some because you're not as tall as I am.
Yeah.
So anytime you have an injury can always just fold your yoga mat in half, or so that there's a lip, and go over it. If you can't tell, my yoga mat's like super thick, so I don't usually have to do that. Yeah, you've got a thin one. One's cost a lot more than you. Alright.
Mine's so thick.
Roll your shoulder blades onto your back. You want a flat back as you start. You're going to take a big inhale. And exhale, look between your legs and scoop your tail down toward the earth, back up to the sky like a cat in a Halloween picture. And then inhale, drop your belly. You're going down and curving the back so that the back is trying to be low toward the earth.
Now a
Big
cow.
deep breath in. Yeah, now we're in cow. So you can go into cat pose, rounding the stomach, rounding the spine, looking between your legs, and you go "Meow," like a scared cat. And then drop your heart toward the earth, curve the spine the opposite direction, look forward, and go "Meow," like a cow. Okay? Once again, exhale. Scoop that tailbone down toward the earth, so that's your butt bone. So your butt bone goes towards the earth, backs up towards the ceiling, and you go "Meow." Can I hear, Asher, do you have a good scared cat sound? Okay. And then drop your chest toward the ground. You want your butt to go up toward the sky, and you go "Meow." Okay, one more. Exhale, back down into cat. And then drop your belly, breathe in. And then come back to a neutral spine, so we're not curving too much. Give yourself a minute, shake out your fingers, so come onto your knees, just rest the fingers a little bit, that's okay, alright? Do your blinking flashlight. Click, 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 click,
This is
click.
soft.
Okay. So, claw the hands back into the earth. And you curl the toes under. Roll the shoulder blades on the back. So you got flat back. Scoop in your stomach muscles so they're being hard at work. Okay? From here, you're going to push your right foot back toward the back of your mat. Keep it low. We don't want it to go over your butt. We want it to stay even. And if you feel like you can here, you take the opposite arm and reach it out in front of you. And keep a bend in the front elbow of that arm. Use your abs. Work hard. And then release slowly. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Back to neutral. You can shake it out, do the wiggles a little bit if you want to.
I'm going to do the flashlight with my hands again.
Do the flashlight with your hands again. I try to do like the blinker. My blinkers like have a staggering effect. And roll them out.
It's just like you're trying to be.
Focus on your breath, Asher. You get stronger if you use your breath correctly. Okay?
My breath is good.
So claw the fingers into the earth.
And it isn't good.
Toes curled under. Asher, come on. So Asher and Aubrey got into a physical fight yesterday, so that's part of why they are back on the yoga mat today. So bend the elbows just a little bit, claw your fingers, press your fingers down. If you're doing it right, they should be looking red, and you should be able to see the tops of your fingernails. There you go. That looks a little more active. Okay? So we did the right leg, so now the left leg is going to push back towards the back of your mat. I think that's the same leg you did last time. There we go.
Yeah. No?
Opposite arm reaches towards the front. Big deep breath. Exhale. One more inhale. And then slowly release. Remember, you want to release with your breath, Asher. So if you're going, then you're not controlling your breath. And we want to control the breath. That's really important. Alright, roll the wrists out. We're going to do it again. Alright. Then we're going to do this one more time. I want you guys to get really strong at it, okay? Claw the fingers down into the earth. Roll the shoulder blades on the back. Make sure knees are under your hips. Toes curled under. Inhale. Exhale. Push that right leg back toward the back roll. Active foot. And on your next inhale, opposite arm reaches forward if you can. If not, keep your hands on the mat. If you don't feel strong enough, don't push it. Don't go to the next step. You want to get strong enough. Big inhale. Exhale and slowly lower. Okay, other side. After we lift our knees, move around. I like to shake. Do my tail wagging because sometimes my knees and my hips start to get funky. And roll out the wrists again. Okay, come back down.
My back. What's it?
All right. From here, you're going to do left leg this time. So big inhale. Left leg pushes back on the exhale. Try and keep that leg low, Aubrey. You want your hips to stay level. So your butt should be able to balance something on it. Very good. Good adjustment. All right. Big deep breath, Asher. Asher, please do not lift your arms up. You're not ready. Okay, Aubrey, if you're ready, you can take the opposite arm. Asher, please keep the arms down. Big deep inhale. And then slowly exhale and release. So Asher, you changed something about your hands, and that brought up a good point. If doing your hands like this hurts, you can do them like this. Okay? So you can try doing it this way for some of the practice, and you might have to rotate till your hands get stronger. Okay?
Well, why not put a hand up? Like I've always done it with.
Well, because if you're like this and you can't keep your leg in control and you're like, then you're struggling, right? If you do this, you're struggling even more. I don't want you to do that. I want you to get strong at this, right? See how mom's not moving, not wiggling at all? And now I can reach out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I've already been able.
Yeah, but some days our body tells us that today's just not the day we should be doing that. Every day is different. I think that's an important thing to learn about yoga, is some days I can touch the ground, and other days my back's tight, or my shoulders hurt, and I can't touch the ground anymore, and I have to grab my block and put it back. Or sometimes I have to stack it up tall. Because something's tight, something's tense, and if you push yourself, because yesterday you could do it, you could get hurt, and I don't want that. Okay? So now we're going to do our first downward dog of the day. So we're going to claw our fingers in. Asher, if you want to do it with your hands like this, you can. So you could try it that way and see if it's better. Okay. You're going to take your knees back a little bit, so a couple of inches, so they're a little bit further back than they were before, and then curl your toes under, squeeze your shins in. So one of the ways you can test this is you can take a block, put it between your legs, and you shouldn't drop it when you come up. So, squeeze the shoulder blades on the back, and we're going to lift our butt and our hips up toward the sky. So big inhale, and lift up. Let's see, you should be squeezing your shins in so much that you can keep a block between them. Remember, don't look between your legs, because we all look down to do text messaging or messenger kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep the knees bent a whole bunch for this dog, because this is our first dog of the day. So bend your knees and push your butt up toward the sky more, Asher, and then look between your hands. And you're kind of trying to be a mountain, like a triangle. Big deep breaths here. And then walk your hands to your feet. I'm just going to take her block out. Okay. Got your hands to your feet. That's okay. Yeah, you just kick it to the side. Then inhale, come halfway up. Squeeze shoulder blades on the back. Remember, we don't want our round back. We want it flat back. And then exhale, fold forward.
Want to be a table.
You want to be like a table, yeah. Another one, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Last one, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Hands come to your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. Inhale, rise up with the flat back. And then reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, bring them to heart center. Asher, you seem like you're having a little bit of trouble there. Are you okay? It's just hard?
I mean, it's not that it's hard, it's that my butt really struggles from yesterday.
Well, we haven't been sitting on our butt a whole lot, huh?
Yeah, but bending it is the problem. Like when I'm in the round, I do a handstand or something, and then my butt moves.
Okay. Well, you might have to go a little easy on it today. That's okay.
You can't do something if you ever say that.
Yeah, you can. You can take a break for that. All right, so we're going to do a sun salutation, okay? So we're going to put our feet hip socket width apart. Remember, find that bony part, karate chop down. You want the middle of your ankle to be in line. Lift your toes. Squeeze your feet in. Asher, you're wearing socks, so be careful. Micro bend those knees. So you don't want super straight legs. You don't want super bent legs. You want just barely bent legs. Okay? Shoulder blades roll back onto the back. So see how my shoulder blades look, Asher? This is when I'm not trying to do anything at all. This is when I'm overdoing it completely. And this is what I want. Does that feel a little bit? It's not going to feel natural at first because you're actually trying to hold your body in alignment. But it's a proud statement pose, right? It's like Superman arms.
Yeah.
You know, Superman's like gazes up at the sky and he's got his shoulders back and his chin up. And so it looks kind of like that. Yeah.
Gonna fly.
Because he's about to fly.
When he's gonna fly. Oh, when he is flying.
All right, we ready? Inhale, reach your hands to the sky.
Now Superman.
Exhale, fold forward, touch the earth.
It's Superman.
And then step the right foot back.
I wanna.
We're in a lunge here. Now we're going to step the left foot back. Now we're in plank. Now we're going to slowly lower all the way to the ground. Remember, you can go to your knees first. Asher, how did you end up like that?
Well, this is my ground.
Well, not for this pose. You need to be all the way on the ground, please.
Okay.
As you may be realizing, if you're watching this with us, yoga with kids is super real. There's all sorts of interesting things that occur. All right, shoulder blades squeeze onto the back. You want your hands down next to your heart level. Okay, so claw them into the floor. Press the tops of your feet down. So uncurl your toes. Press the tops of your feet, right? Where your shoelaces go. You want to press them down into the earth and then squeeze your legs together. And then press your booty down into the earth. Everybody pressing their butt down? Okay, so on an inhale, you're going to lift your head off the ground just slightly. Big inhale. And feel how your lungs kind of push you up into the pose and you're stretching the top of your back. You don't? Well then, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Push your legs down into the earth.
I am.
Claw your hands down. No, they should be together. I told you to zip them together. Yeah, now push them down. Push your booty down. All right, hands at your side, strong hands. Maybe pull them out a little bit because your arms are kind of weird. All right, and not floppy.
Well, what else flies?
Okay, now inhale and lift your head to upward dog, but not the good kind. If you're doing upward dog, Aubrey,
Yeah.
you need to be like this. See how the tops of my feet are the only thing touching? Yeah. And see, I don't like that, and it doesn't feel good for me, so I do that. So I just want you to go up just barely like this. So I'm still getting a really good stretch in my upper body.
Yeah, but I was saying I didn't feel,
And you might not feel it. Maybe you're really stretched out and you don't have tension. All right, from here, you're gonna curl your toes back under. Press your arms up, so you're kind of coming like you're gonna start doing a tabletop. All right, so this is how we do it without going from plank up. So knees are, hey Asher, it's really helpful for my yoga practice to be good if the people that are in the room with me aren't sighing and complaining and throwing their body around. You're not breathing correctly. I need you to breathe deeply at all times.
I do, that's what
No.
tension and
Hold on.
my body gets.
Okay. So when I say breathing deeply, I don't mean I mean I'm not hearing you breathe like that at all. Are you hearing Asher breathe like that? How are you hearing Asher breathe? If you are, I mean, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Aubrey's not hearing you breathe at all, and when I hear you breathe, the only breathing I'm hearing is if you don't do anything else in yoga, if the only thing you do is focus in on breathing deep, then you're doing yoga. You don't have to do any of the moves, any of the stretches. If all you do is breathe, then you're doing yoga. Because you're learning how to breathe in a way that's healing your body and healing your emotions and helping you be calm. Okay? So please focus in on the breath. When I say to breathe in the whole time you're doing that motion. When I say to breathe out the whole time you're doing that motion.
But when I hold my breath for
Don't hold your breath. At all. No holding the breath, okay? You're trying to elongate the breath, so that means stretch the breath out. That doesn't mean hold it. It means that when you breathe normally, you might only get air up here, and I want you to get air all the way down in here. So you breathe in, and then you breathe out. See how my stomach gets smaller when I breathe out?
yeah,
And then
but
in.
there's a pause between it.
And if I'm not telling you to breathe because I'm still telling you to move, you can just take another full breath before you do the exhale.
Okay, because I keep
Yes.
getting my muscles tense.
Okay.
And then my body gets all wobbly.
Does that make more sense now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to go back up into downward dog. So we're going to claw our fingers. Our knees are going to be about 3 inches further back than they would if they were in tabletop. Okay, curl your toes under, and then lift your booty. And then exhale and sink down in the pose. Keep your shoulder blades squeezed onto your back, knees bent. You might want to walk your dog, so stretch one leg out and bend the other knee more. I try to do it with the breath. So maybe inhale on one side, exhale on the other, or you can inhale and exhale on one side, and then inhale and exhale on the other, and then walk your hands to your feet as you breathe in. And exhale here. Then inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. And hands come to your hips. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach your hands to the sky, and then exhale, heart center. So if you have to hold your breath during that, but you know what I'm going to tell you to do next, you can kind of just go for it, okay? Right? So like if I'm breathing in and you're needing to breathe out, you could always go to the next part if you know what I'm going to do. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know. So.
We're going to do some balancing.
I was like, wait,
So,
am I going to do it again, or are we going to do it till I settle?
okay. So, this is a good time to stack your books up in case you need them. We're going to do some balancing. Let's go to the middle of the mat here. Hands come to your hips. Right, shoulder blades squeezing on the back. Head up, proud. What I want you to do is you're just going to take a kind of big step forward with your right foot. Keep your hips straight. You don't want to turn sideways like this. You want your hips to stay toward the front of your mat. So your foot needs to stay toward the front of your mat. Usher your foot sideways, and that'll make it a lot harder to keep your hips staying straight. Alright? So, from here, you're going to bow forward and touch the earth or touch the thing. Alright? So, we're just stretching out our legs because after we do this, we're going to do something like this without our back foot on the ground. We're going to lift our back foot up. So we're just stretching, getting used to this pose, getting our muscles prepared, and then we'll do the balancing part.
The balancing part is pretty easy, I think.
Yeah. So step the back foot up to the front. And then hands come to your hips and you can rise to stand on an inhale. And then exhale, hands to heart center. And then step back to your front or to the middle of your mat. And that was our right foot forward. So now we're going to take our left foot forward. Okay, make sure your hips are even.
Wait, I did left foot forward.
Your step was as big as mine. Make your foot a little bit less. All right. And you want your back foot, toes to be pointed to the front of the mat. So yours are toward the side. Yep, there you go. If you feel unbalanced, you probably took too big of a step. Okay, so you can always come in a little bit or step back some.
That's what I can do.
All right, so shoulder blades on back, hands on hips. You're going to fold forward, keeping your flat back until you can reach the ground or your blocks. Big deep breaths here.
Or my step stool.
Or your step stool.
When she says blocks, she means.
Big deep breath. One more inhale. And then bring the back foot forward.
I actually thought
And then
my
hands
ears
come to your hips. Inhale, rise to stand. Whole breath, Bubba. So if you do this, I know you're not using a whole breath. Yeah, because that's not, and I want you to be,
okay.
alright? So, now, we're going to do it, and we're going to go into what we call Warrior 3. And, this is our last big pose before we do our cool down, okay?
Ooh, yay.
So, the way that we're going to do this, you got to be on your mat. You got to be close to where. And not sure if you use a step stool like this, it's always best to keep the front of it on the mat so you got something grippy, or both sides. You got to kind of try, because if it's going to slide, you might you want it on the mat. Okay.
A little bit better because it's green in this angle.
All right. So we're going to have our feet. Mom's going to try and use the drawers so that people can see it done differently. Rolling the shoulder blades on the back, hands are going to be on the hips. So what we're going to do, okay, is we're going to take our left foot back slightly, but we're going to keep our hips aligned. So we don't want our hips to go back, and we don't want our hips to go forward. We want them to be straight across.
Should they be able to move?
Well, you want to keep them the same direction. You want them to be facing the front of your mat the whole time.
Yeah, but like at the beginning is this, and then it goes back.
Well, we're not going to go back. We're staying up on our toes. Because what you're going to do is you're going to try and pretend like there is a pole on your back and on your butt and on your leg. Okay? Like you have a dowel rod connected right here that says you can't move anything on this side. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to lift your back up, and then as you lift your leg, your back is slowly going to go forward. Your legs should go faster than your back. If you need to reach out and grab something, then you reach forward and grab something. If you can touch the floor, but you want to keep your body in alignment. And eventually what you would do is reach your arms out front. Mommy has not been doing yoga for a little bit, so I am not going to reach my arms out this time. I'm just going to take a big deep breath here, trying to make sure my toes pointed down and everything's in alignment. Remember, active foot. You don't want your foot dragging. You want your foot being strong. Breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale. And then hands come back to your hips. And then you're going to lower it the same way. And breathe in. Come back up. You did it! Woo! Any amount of time is good. Okay?
I feel like the knife that just cut through it.
You probably are stretching the muscle that you hurt yesterday. So I'm going to do the other side with a block. Show you how to do that. But we're all going to do it. Come on. Come on. We're almost done, I swear.
Yeah, I am just...
So you're going to come to the center of your mat. Make sure you got a strong foot on the side that you're going to be on, okay? Asher, keep your hip socket width. So scoot your feet apart some.
Wait, I'm gonna find it.
There you go. Alright, Aubrey. Ready? Shoulder blades on the back. Micro bend in the knee. You're going to take the right foot back. Remember, we don't want the hips to move too far in one way or the other.
I keep doing the right foot.
There's a rod holding us straight. So our back is not going to go faster. And our leg's not going to go faster. They're going to go at the same speed. So we're going to lift our legs slowly. Active, strong foot. And then find your block or your step stool or your chair. Keep that back foot flexed. Big deep breaths here. Ooh, Mama's losing it. And then I'm going to maybe bring hands to the hips. Inhale, rise up. It's a hard pose, right? But when we do hard poses, we have to focus a lot. And when we're really, really focused on doing a pose, we're not focused on anything else, so it keeps us mindful. Please come to your mats. So now we're going to get to the end part. So I want you guys to lay down on your mats. Okay? I'm going to do a little bit of rocking, a little bit of rolling. You're rolling, pulling. Knees come to the belly. You can rock back and forth. Making it a little bit bigger if you want to get the lower back.
Okay, yeah, I can't do this.
Asher, if you hurt on the lower back, squeeze your knees real tight and you'll get the middle back.
It's trying to massage my butt bone that hurts.
If you squeeze your knees tighter, like I just said, it will get higher up on your back and your butt shouldn't even be on the floor. Unless your back's bruised too, and then you might not be able to do it. Because you said your butt bone. Deep breath. Alright, and then knees go to one side, arm goes to the other, big deep breaths here. I want to hear you breathing. One more. Knees come back to center, then they fall to the other side. Reach the opposite arm out to the side, look at it, big deep breath. We're all reaching out toward each other. Big deep breath. Asher, I don't hear it. I hear Aubrey. I hear a whimper. Is that Asher?
Yeah.
Asher, big deep breath in. Asher, big deep breath in. There you go. Let it out in the side. Alright, bring the knees back to center.
My baby's like that.
And then you guys can come to your pose of relaxation with your legs down at your sides, hands down at your sides. Or if you want to be in a seated position, Mommy's going to talk you through a few minutes of meditation. So, no matter what pose you're in, softly close your eyes. Palms open. Feel your body sinking into the earth with the exhale and floating up with the inhale. Allow yourself a few moments to focus on the breath. Give yourself gratitude. Be thankful for what you've done for your body and for your mind today. Feel the strength of your body. Feel the hard work. And if thoughts come into your mind, that's okay. Imagine them going into a glass bottle and being picked up by the ocean and floating slowly away. And then pirates can see them. So on an inhale, the bottle gets picked up, and on an exhale, it floats out to sea. Inhale and it comes towards you a little. Exhale and it floats further away. And continue to breathe deeply, bring air all the way down into the tips of your toes, up into the crown of the head, where your king or queen's crown would go, so that every breath is filling the entire body, making your body energized and healthy, helping you heal. And we'll do 5 more deep breaths at your own pace. Maybe a few more if you do shorter breaths than I do. And if you're laying down, you can pull your knees to your chest and slowly roll to your right side. Take a big deep breath on your side. And when you're ready, slowly push yourself up into a seated position, letting your head roll up very last, so that your body is staying heavy for as long as possible. And at the very last, roll up your head. Come to a comfortable seated position. And from here, go back to your breath, recognizing the clearer head that you now have after stretching your body, stretching your mind, challenging yourself to focus on your breath. I like to think of breathing as a way to clear our thoughts, and so I see our thoughts as being written on a big white dry erase board, and if we don't stop, the dry erase board just gets fuller and fuller of all the thoughts of the day. And when we take that big inhale, we wipe across the dry erase board, and when we exhale, we wipe the other part. And so every breath slowly clears the dry erase board until it's all clean and we're ready to start again. So if you're angry or if you're sad, you have lots and lots of thoughts going on that board. And if you take a few moments to breathe into yourself and to allow yourself the space to clear your head, then you can clear out some of those bad thoughts, and it gives you a chance to act from your best self instead of act from your anger monster or your sadness monster. Yeah, when you're scared, any intense feeling. So let's bring hands to heart center.
What about when you're happy?
You can do it when you're happy to really embrace the moment too. So hands come to heart center. We're going to think of all those people we want to share love with. Take a big deep breath together. We'll wait for Asher. Big deep breath together. And then bow to yourself and say Namaste. Thank you all for joining us, and hopefully this has helped you get through another week of quarantine, and I will see you next week, and maybe Aubrey and Asher will see you as well, and lots of love until then.
Bye.
Namaste.